Subscribe now for daily exclusive fan fiction. And comment your favorite scenarios for us to bring to life next. In this thrilling journey, secrets unravel as Edward's past collides with the present, igniting passion and danger that will leave you breathless. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a fiery glow over Forks, Washington, as Edward stood at the edge of the forest, his mind racing. The serenity of their life had been shattered by a distant echo from the pasta whisper of his lost clan, the Valtorex, emerging from secrecy like a shadow creeping into light. Edward felt a restless tension build inside him, a mixture of dread and a strange tug of nostalgia. What could they possibly want after all these years? Bella joined him, her presence a soothing balm to his frayed nerves. The warmth radiating from her body sent a jolt of desire through him, grounding him in the present, even as his thoughts threatened to spiral into chaos. "Are you all right?" she asked, her voice laced with concern as she reached for his hand. The simple touch ignited a fire that blazed beneath the surface. But Edward couldn't let passion distract him from the urgency of the moment. He needed to protect them, to shield Bella and Renesmee from whatever darkness approached. As if sensing their anxious energy, Renesmee bounded into view, her laughter ringing through the trees like chimes in the wind, momentarily lightening the weight on their shoulders. But the carefree song of her laughter faltered as darkness loomed. The return of the Valtorex clan was no coincidence. They were here to reclaim what was lost, and Edward knew his loyalty would soon be tested. With a heavy heart, Edward turned to Bella, his eyes fierce but full of love. "I promise to keep you safe. Whatever happens next, we face it together." Bella nodded, her own resolve shining bright. As the shadows deepened around them, the quiet of the forest was pierced by a distant howl, a herald of the storm brewing just beyond their world. The tension in the air felt electric as Edward paced the living room, his thoughts swirling. The return of the Valtorex clan was not just a threat. It stirred something deep within him, a connection that pulled at his heart. Bella could sense his turmoil, her compassionate gaze unwavering as she moved closer, the warmth of her presence both a comfort and a painful reminder of what was at stake. "You're hiding something," Bella said softly, her voice steady yet filled with concern. He turned to her, the shadows of the past creeping into his mind like a dark fog. Memories of his time with the Valtorex flooded him, moments of laughter shadowed by guilt. He had left them behind, but now they were demanding his loyalty, dragging him into an emotional quagmire that threatened everything he had built with Bella and Renesmee. As the evening light faded, he confessed, "I was their leader once. I abandoned them when I thought it was best for all." Bella's face pale, tears glimmering in her eyes, made his heart ache. The weight of his regret was unbearable. He reached for her, but she took a step back, her breath shaky, as if his revelation had created an insurmountable chasm. Suddenly, the door burst open, and Emmett stormed in, urgency on his face. "They're a-coming. The Valtorex want to parley." As Edward's heart raced, he exchanged a loaded glance with Bella, the uncertainty between them palpable. They were caught in a snare of loyalty and love. It was a delicate balance that could easily unravel their world. The night promised confrontation, and Edward could no longer shield Bella from the dangers that lay ahead. With no choice but to stand together, they took a deep breath, prepared to face the unfolding storm. This was their moment of truth, where love and betrayal danced dangerously close, each step carrying the weight of their choices. The night was alive with tension, the air thick with anticipation, as Edward, Bella, and their allies gathered at the edge of the clearing. The moonlight poured down, illuminating the faces of warriors on both sides. The Valtorex clan stood across from them, led by Seraphine, her piercing gaze locked onto Edward. It was a deadly game of chess, each side poised for the first move, and Edward could feel the weight of his choices hanging in the air. "This ends tonight," Edward declared, his voice steady, though inside his heart raced with the dire stakes of this confrontation. Bella squeezed his hand, grounding him even as anxiety churned in the pit of his stomach. She trusted him, and that trust was the fierce fire that fueled his resolve. Renesmee hid behind them, her wide eyes reflecting both fear and courage. Seraphine stepped forward, her demeanor regal, yet there was a darkness that surrounded her like a cloak. "You abandoned us, Edward. You left a legacy of broken promises. Today we reclaim what is ours." Her voice was smooth, but laced with venom, igniting a spark of rage within him. The past was a potent weapon, and she wielded it mercilessly. A sudden roar of thunder broke the tense silence as they lunged at one another. The clash of vampire strength echoed throughout the forest, furiously tearing through the night. Edward fought with a blend of fury and sorrow, his heart divided between his loyalty to his clan and the family he cherished. Bella, fierce and unyielding, fought by his side, embodying the strength he so deeply revered. In a moment of desperation, Edward realized that the one true path to victory lay not in violence, but in understanding Seraphine's pain. Gritting his teeth, he shouted, we can find a way to coexist. We can build a future together. Hope flickered in the chaos, a promise of unity that could redefine their fates. As the battle raged on, every whisper of doubt, every echo of regret faded into the background. They fought not only for their lives, but for the kind of forever they wanted to create a future filled with love and peace, where the cycles of vengeance could finally be broken. Together, they were unstoppable, united in purpose, ready to forge a new destiny amidst the ashes of their past.